Hello and welcome back to Making Tottenham Hot Spurs again, our beta FM22 save. If you're new, then don't forget to hit the notification button, subscribe and all the rest of it. That way you will be able to know when the future episodes are coming out. If you missed the first episode, go back and watch it. If you've watched it, then welcome to the second episode. Hope you're going to enjoy it today. Welcome to episode 2 of Making Tottenham Hot Spurs again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have our first 2 Premier League games in this episode. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it, really? We'll also be having a look at seeing what's been going on transfer-wise. Not a lot happened since you were last with us. You were here for the 2 friendlies against Saint Etienne and Sevilla, winning one of them 2-0, losing the other one 2-1. But then since then we have played FC Augsburg, who we beat 4-2 in our final friendly, which leave us with today's episode, our first 2 Premier League games, Crystal Palace and Southampton, and we have been drawn against Fiera in the Europa Cup 2 League Path, 4th qualifying round, first leg, second leg. That's a mouthful, isn't it? It's actually the Europa Conference League, as it is the new league that UEFA have set up for this season. So we will be dipping into that. But what we're going to do is we're going to play Crystal Palace and Southampton in this episode, episode 2. And then we'll have episode 3 will be the home and away legs of that qualifying round, 4th qualifying round, Europa Conference League matches against Fiero Paco. They're a Portuguese team. The Paco de Fiera is the club that we'll be facing. So that will be in episode 3, which will be out on Thursday. So look out for that, and then we will motor on. Depending on how we get on with that, of course, we will motor on with the Premier League to try and rush through that. So we've got the real version, the full full fat version, as I call it, of the FM 22 will be out in about a week's time. Recording this on Monday the 1st of November, so it will be out in about a week's time, so we need to motor on. Obviously the beta will carry on. We'll probably do a couple of seasons of the beta. We will start a new series once the full fat version is out. More about that in due course, and that will run alongside. That will do the slot, so this one probably will drop down to the Friday slot, and the new one will drop into the full Monday and Thursday slots. But also that also means, of course, we have to finish the FM21 series, which is going on at the moment, To Be a Legend, currently with Charlton. And if you have missed that, then go back and watch that as well. Right, having told you all of that, how have we been doing in the transfer market? We have a couple of transfer targets that we're out for, waiting for a work permit to come back for Cohen Casteels, who is a sweeper keeper goalkeeper. I think we need a sweeper keeper goalkeeper. We have got rid of Loris, so we need somebody else to come in for him. We also have a contract discussion going on with Filip Benovic, or Benkovic. And he is coming in, hopefully from Leicester, a central defender. And then Nicolas Soule, who is a right-sided, can play in the centre of defence as well, coming in from Bayern Munich. 19.75 million, 19.75 million for him. Transfer offer has been made, not accepted as yet, so we've not got through to contract discussions. Nothing else really happening. As previously discussed, have a quick look at the history. Nobody going out since Loris. Niall John out on loan before him. Loris going for 12.5 million. So it has put a little bit back in the bank. Right, that's all said and done. I don't think there's anything else to discuss. It's time we got on with our first Premier League match in this particular series. It's against Crystal Palace. The only thing I can't remember is whether it's home or away. Let's check. It is away. So Here we go. Fingers crossed for a good start to the season. And this is the team that we are putting out for our first game in the Premier League in this particular series against Crystal Palace. And the team is Galini in goal, Regulian, Romero, Tanganga and Emerson Royal in defence. Dembele and Hojberg, Holberg. I'll get it right before the series is out. They are both defensive midfielders. And then Son, Dele Alli and Lucas Moura are attacking midfield, with Harry Kane up front on the bench. Lotutala, Davis, Winks, Bergerin, Sanchez, Lo Celso, Scarlett, Rodon and Skip. So that's the team that will face Crystal Palace. First half coming up next. And here we are with the first game of the season against Crystal Palace. Odsonne Edouard is the striker for Crystal Palace, playing an interesting formation as well. Don't read too much into that. Games have been played. Aston Villa got off to a good start, 4-0 win in their game. We'll recap on that a little bit later. Teams are out in a huddle and we're underway. We have been getting through on the laptop, hence why we haven't got that sorted. We have now, and we're off and running. Making a good start, as we can see, shots wise, but we need to convert them. And we have a throw in. Regulian to Son. Regulian pushes it back. Son picks it up. I'm not sure that's what it was meant to be. Hojberg to Lucas Moura. Moura crosses in, looking for Dele Alli and so on in that, all headed over the top by Moura. Long ball. Regulian is going to pick that up. Back to Galini. Tanganga. Lots of talk, of course, FM22 with this new match animation. Nearly said that wrong. Son on the ball now. Coming forward. Can he get this ball in? He's been tripped in the area. That's got to be a penalty. And obviously we'll go to VAR just in case Son dived. Apparently the VAR has been upgraded as well, and it is awarded a penalty. Who's going to take it? It'll be Harry Kane, I'm sure. It is Harry Kane. Gets... no, it's saved. So Harry Kane doesn't get off the mark. And it's still 0-0. Which gives Crystal Palace a little bit of hope. Regulian again throws into Son. Regulian back to Son. Regulian finds Dembele. Hojberg. Dembele. Hojberg. Tanganga looking for a way through here. Emerson Royal. Lucas Moura. Oh, and Kane nearly swept that home, but defender got his boot in and blocked it on the line. And as we come up to half time, we haven't had that breakthrough. Regulian throw in to Dele Alli. Back to Regulian. Back heels it to Dembele. Hojberg. And Dele Alli gets his first goal of the season. And right in half time, a minute into injury time. What a good time to score. See it from a slightly different angle. Albeit it's now switched back to the angle we were at. And I don't think there's any more than we deserved at half time. Looking at the stats, 10 shots, 5 of which are on target, 1.53. So we were good for on the XG. Haven't had so much of the possession, but then we have been playing that sort of defensive midfielder role. So away from home, they've had 2 shots, 1 of which are on target, 0.12 on the old XG. We'll talk a bit more about the new animations and what have you when we come to the second half, which is up next. And you come back and join us for the second half of this opening fixture in the Premier League season. 1-0 up at half time, and Crystal Palace get us underway. Edouard passing it back, and it goes out wide to Zaha. Yeah, the FM animation's a lot better this season, so see a lot more back passing, and apparently as the players get tired, wayward passes, things like that. And I'm sure if you've been playing it yourself, you will have seen it in your own games. Gone out to Will Hughes. And that we didn't used to see. Used to keep that in, but Will Hughes there making a bad... his touch wasn't good and it went out. So interesting to see these things in the animation programme. Son to Dembele. Reguilón to Dele Alli, the scorer of the goal. Gets it back to Dembele. Lots of back passing. Haljaber. Dembele. Reguilón. Romero. Dele Alli. Holzberg. Tanganga. And that was the end of the highlight. And we come back to it. Tanganga picking it up deep in defence. Trying to work out. That was interesting animation. Trying to work out which way to go there. Goes out to Emerson Royal anyway. Hodgberg. Dele Alli looking for Kane, and he's found him. The defender made a mistake, and Kane pounced. Gets his first goal of the season. We'll see it again. Emerson Royal. Dele Alli seeing Kane in space. Tips it into the area. The defender brings it down, but brings it down with no control. Puts it into the path of Kane, and Harry Kane, despite missing a penalty in the first half, has actually managed to put that one away. So, drop a bit of encouragement to the team. I think it's a good time to do that. It's not made them very happy. It's, if anything, it's shall I say, pissed them off. Okay, so we are heading towards our 70-minute mark, round about the time we usually have a look to make substitutions. They've made 2 to date. Let's have a look, see who's not performing. Who do we need to... Actually, not playing too bad. Romero is not having a good game. In defence, we could bring Joe Rodon on for him. That is something we will do. I think that is the only change I'm going to make at the moment. Don't really need to be making any changes, I don't think, unnecessarily. And Mora looks like he's given everything, so he's tired now. Can be replaced by Bergwijn. So Mora coming off for Bergwijn. And Holzberg and Emerson Royal picking up yellow cards. We are in the 90 minutes now. Son looks like he's given everything, but to be honest, we're right in injury time. I'm not going to take him off. And we have finished the game. Crystal Palace 0, Tottenham 2, 15 shots, 6 on target, 1.87, 54% of the possession. So we have improved in that second half, kept them contained. 5 shots, 2 on target for Crystal Palace, 46% possession. And despite Harry Kane missing that penalty early in the second half, in the first half, it's not done us too much damage. So well done, lads. That was a good win, and I think everybody's happy. Just going to drop a couple of well dones. Dele Alli and Son. You did well out there. And then across the back, another you did well out there. Tanganga, Emerson Royal and Galini. Well done to them as well. What sort of impact do you get a goal just before half time had? It changed everything, gave us a good thing, a win in your first competitive match as Tottenham manager. Could you have wished for a better start? It was a great match, everything went according to plan. Which leaves us at the end of the first round of games, albeit Leeds, Leicester, Liverpool, Newcastle still have to play. It leaves us in 4th place. Aston Villa, as I say, having a good start against Everton, 4-0 away from home, which is even better for them, I think. West Ham 1-1 with Chelsea. Man UFC 1-1 with Brentford. It's absolutely amazing, I think, is Man UFC, whoever they are, seem to have Manchester United players. I wonder if they've got Ronaldo. Interesting. 0-0 Norwich against Burnley. Southampton 1-1 against Wolves. Lots of draws. Arsenal beating Watford 3-0, and Crystal Palace obviously losing 2-0 to us. Southampton. Did we see how Southampton got on? Because we play them next. A 1-1 draw with Wolves. So that lines us up for our second game of the episode. It is a game against Southampton. We'll come back and bring you up to date with what's happened in the other games first. And before you come back for the teams that's going to play Southampton, this is a quick look at what's been happening leading up to this particular game. As you'll see, the games that were outstanding from the Premier League and the last round of games in the first round or first match day, but the outstanding games to level off. Leeds 0, Leicester 1, Newcastle 2, Liverpool 3, which meant that we were in fourth place. There has been a second game happened on Wednesday. That was Man UFC, who seem to have players that are Manchester United players. I'm not quite sure how that works. And Chelsea, Man UFC winning that 4-0. James getting sent off after half an hour for Chelsea, which leaves the table looking like this, with us going into our second round of games. Man UFC are top of the table with 4 points. Then Aston Villa, Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham are currently fifth. That's where we are, and that leads us to today's fixtures. Man UFC will play again. So they'll actually have played 3 games, which is rather interesting. I'm not quite sure how that works out. Maybe that's a flaw in the beta. We'll see. And maybe it's because they're playing Champions League games or something similar like that. But as you'll see, we don't actually play in this first round of games. So by the time we get through, we will actually see what's been happening. We actually play in the Sunday game, and then that's following Saturday. So we have the last game of the round of games, as it were. So we'll pause, come back with the results from this first round of games, and then see what we need to do to maintain sort of top 4 or 5 position for the Premier League in this first episode of Premier League games. And here you are. The results are in: Brentford 0, Everton 1, Aston Villa 2, West Ham 1, Chelsea 1, Norwich 1, Leicester 5-1 against Arsenal, Liverpool 1, Brighton 0, Man City 2, Crystal Palace 0, Watford beating Man UFC by 1-0, Burnley beating Newcastle 1-0, and Wolves beating Leeds by losing to Leeds by 2-1. That leaves the table looking like this: Aston Villa top after 2 games on 6 points, Leicester second on 6 points, Man City third on 6 points, Liverpool fourth on 6 points, so 2 straight wins for all of those. Man UFC in fifth, having played 3 games with 4 points. Burnley sixth, having played 2 with 4 points. So realistically, if we can get 3 goals or more, we will go top of the table as it stands, I think. So just need a win, really. Southampton currently 14th in the table, but obviously they've got a game in hand like ourselves, so a win for them would push them well up the table and probably jump over us as it is. So we could do without losing this particular game. Right, with any more to be said, let's have a look at the teams for this particular match. And this is the team that we're putting out against Southampton for our second Premier League game. You will see a new goalkeeper in. Casteels has joined us, and more about that in the next episode. We'll have a look at that properly. We'll say in the next episode. No, actually be episode 4, because we're running 2 episodes side by side here, because this episode will be followed by an episode specifically to do with the Conference League game, the Europa Conference League game qualifying round. And you will have we've already played 1 game with Casteels. He's played his debut game, but this will be his Premier League debut. Regulian, Romero, Taganga and Emerson Royal continue as our defensive line. Lo Celso and Dembele in central midfield, with Son, Ali and Lucas Moura in our attacking midfield, with Kane up front. On the bench we have Galini, Davis, Winks, Bergwijn, Sanchez, Gill, Scarlett, Roden and Skip. That is the team. So let's go through to the first half. Be right back. And you join us as the teams come out for this Premier League game, our first home Premier League game of the season. And we are up and running. Still early days, and a win will project us to the top-ish end of the table. Half an hour or 25 minutes gone, and they have a throw-in. Walker-Peters to Adams, but it's cleared by Regulian, but didn't really get through to any of our players. And they have an attack, but it's given away to Kane. Dembele now to Dele Alli. Kane to Son. Son backtracks a little bit. Romero, he twists and turns. Kane goes out wide to Regulian. Can he get the cross in? He can. Dele Alli, just heads that wide. Didn't quite get it on target, but it was a good attack, as it was. And Lo Celso picked up a yellow card. And half-time comes, and that was pretty much the only highlight of the match. We have had the better of the first half, but we do need to put those opportunities away. We've had 8 shots, 3 of which have been on target. 0.59, 53% possession against Southampton's 3 shots, none on target, 47% of the possession. As I said, we do need to improve in the second half as much as put those opportunities away if we're going to get this win against Southampton. We'll be back for the second half. And you come back and join us for the second half. Kane getting us underway. Lo Celso, Dembele, Emerson Royal to Dele Alli, Tanganga, Dembele pushes it out wide for Emerson Royal. Lovely ball, and not going anywhere. And that was, I think, the defender getting clear of that. Armstrong comes forward, but Lewis Moura was tidying up. Dembele inside to Lo Celso, looking for an outlet. But he goes back to Tanganga, Emerson Royal, Dembele, Tanganga, Dembele, Tanganga, Dele, Lewis Moura, Kane, Lo Celso. And we were talking, I think, earlier about the animation. And one thing that is quite noticeable, and I think somebody mentioned this on one of the FM podcasts, was that you can actually physically see players now switching feet when they receive a ball on their wrong foot. They actually switching feet to their preferred foot before they make the pass or whatever. Corner now. Lo Celso, it's headed by Tanganga straight into the arms of Forster. So just watch when you're watching your animations, if you're watching in your games or on the thing here, just watch how they receive the ball and then switch feet. Lo Celso through to Kane, who's found the goal off of the post. And I think that's about his 4th of the season. And he's offside, I think. No, but it's awarded. It was his 4th goal of the season. Right, we'll see now. A repeat of the goal. The linesman runs away. VAR had a look at it. We'll see now the lines. Ooh, I think he might have been. I think that might have gone in our favour. I'm not sure. The lines have changed colours, so I'm not absolutely certain how this goes now. But Taganga, Moura looking to try and get that shot away, but he's run out of space really. It's Dembele, Moura twists and turns, fires it back into the penalty area, and nobody there. Romero, Regulian to Dembele. Dembele through to Dele Alli, and he's put that one away. 3rd goal of the season for Dele Alli, and we go 2-0 up against Southampton. And I would suggest reasonably comfortable. Did a few changes at half time. We tweaked it slightly. What we did was we had Harry Kane as a complete forward. We've put him back as an advanced forward, and they have a highlight from kickoff. But Lucas Moura has won the ball through to Kane, and he's put that away for his second of the game, 5th of the season, and we go 3-0 up. 2 goals inside a minute or so there. And I think that's probably game over for Southampton. A mistake from kickoff. And Kane getting his goal. Right, Emerson Royal is tired, as he has been the last couple of games. So let's do some changes. Emerson Royal, and we'll bring Sanchez on for him. Can Sanchez play in that defensive right back? We haven't got a defensive right back on the... Taganga can play there. So we'll move Taganga out there. And then what we'll do is Emerson Royal can be replaced by Sanchez in that defensive line. Dembele looks as if he's tired. He's played a few games. Harry Winks coming on for him. Harry Winks having a good game in the game that you won't have seen yet. Will be in the next episode, so I'm not going to tell you too much about that. We'll just do those 2 changes for the moment. Harry Winks is complacent. I'll try and... There we go, we've motivated him. And we're back underway. 65 minutes gone. Reguilón with a throw-in to Son, who I thought was going to give it away, and he did give it away in the end. And that's through to Adams. And Shea Adams gets one back for Southampton, and Castells is beaten. To be fair, can't blame Castells. Got through the defence, and who was that? Sanchez, who just come on. And Castells stood his ground, but Shea Adams better at putting it round him. Moura now is tired, so that could well be our next change, but Dele Alli also looks as if he's getting tired as well. Right, we're going to ignore it for a minute. We're going to just wind it down a little bit. Reguilón to Son. No, sorry, to Dele Alli, to Son. Lo Celso, who's lost the ball but won it back through, and to Son. Lo Celso, Romero, Lo Celso, Reguilón, long ball across looking for, I'm not sure who he was looking for. Who's that? Lucas Moura, but didn't quite get there. Forster is going to launch this one in a moment. There he goes. Over the top, but Romero gets there. Lo Celso to Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura backs to Tanganga. Lo Celso, Son, Dele Alli trying to find Kane. Well, in fact, it was Lucas Moura, I think, then passed it to Kane. And a question of offside again now. And it is a goal. So we've had 2 through VAR, and that is an improvement. That's something different that we've seen compared to FM21 with the VAR. Tended to be disallowed in a lot of occasions, and but it was well checked and came through. Okay, so we were talking about taking off. Who were we talking about taking off? Lucas Moura is going to come off for Bergwijn, and that'll be our final change. He seems uninterested apparently. Carl Walker needs pressing, so we will press him. Southampton not been totally out of this game. I think when we drove forward, a hat-trick from Kane then in this game. 18 shots, 12 on target, 1.53, 56% possession against their 8-4, 1.11 and 44% possession. But it was a good win, and 3 goals from Harry Kane, two that went down to the wire with regards to VAR, but they were given in the end, and Harry Kane doing his best, still not concluded that he might leave us before the end of the transfer window. Let's hope not, but nice work everyone. That was a good win, good performance. That will do for me. Harry Kane, I think, what a dominant performance. I'm delighted. Son not having a good day, unusually for him. You weren't good enough today. Dele Alli did well out there. Lucas Moura had a great game, outstanding. Proud of your performance there. You earned some rest. He seemed to have demotivated with that. These three here, four here actually. In fact, no, going to do those three. We're going to go. I thought you did well today. And then these two. He did really well today, and Castells will give him a little bit of a... I thought you did well today. Right, having done all that, let's have a quick look at the table, see how that leaves us. Leaves us in third. I did say 3 would actually get us there, didn't I? If we'd actually got another one, would have put us at the top of the table. But as it is, we will pretty much even Stevens with Aston Villa and Leicester as it currently stands. Goal difference above Manchester City and Liverpool as it stands. But we've had a good start. 2 straight wins to start the league season. Let's hope it continues into the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this particular series, and obviously when we go to the full version, the new series as they are released. New episodes of Making Tottenham Hotspur again are currently released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. and if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. That's where you need to be. We'll be back for our next episode, which is the as I explained, is the Europa Conference League fourth qualifying round against Friera. That will be in our next episode, and then our next episode of Premier League games will be 2 games, a game against Arsenal and against Everton. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye for now.